freedom. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength, Marcus Aurelius wrote. The modern world offers endless opportunities for comfort. Food delivery in minutes, ride-share apps at the top of a screen, subscriptions for everything from streaming to meditation. Smart devices anticipate our needs, algorithms curate our content, and apps handle daily chores. We can avoid almost any discomfort. But in this race for convenience, we've lost something vital. We've grown softer. Our minds and spirits, accustomed to ease, weaken. When real problems arise, a job loss, a conflict, or a personal crisis, we're often unprepared. We lack the inner resilience to stand firm when the world shakes. This is where Stoicism steps in, an ancient philosophy that teaches how to forge a mind that doesn't break under pressure. It's not about suppressing emotions or escaping feelings. It's about building a fortress within yourself, a place of calm, clarity, and strength. Stoicism, born in ancient Greece under Zeno of Citium, flourished in the Roman Empire through the teachings of Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius. These thinkers emphasized living in harmony with nature and reason, focusing on what's within our control, our thoughts, and actions. Unlike other philosophies, Stoicism isn't just a set of ideas. It's a practical system for thriving in chaos. It teaches how to navigate uncertainty and maintain mental clarity amid life's storms. In 2025, Stoicism is experiencing a renaissance. Books, podcasts, apps, and communities worldwide help millions apply its principles to business, mental health, and everyday challenges. This isn't just ancient wisdom. It's a guide for the modern person seeking resilience in a world of constant change. From global crises to personal struggles, Stoicism offers tools to not only survive, but thrive, turning obstacles into opportunities for growth.
The first step to Stoic strength is to stop running from discomfort. Our ancestors faced harsh realities daily: cold, hunger, physical labor. They had to be strong because weakness could mean survival or death. We, surrounded by comfort, have unlearned this resilience. Think about it. When was the last time you did something you genuinely didn't want to do, but knew was necessary? Maybe it was waking up early to work on a project or skipping a luxury to save money. The Stoics believed we should deliberately add friction to our lives. Like muscles, the mind atrophies without challenge. Seneca, a wealthy Roman senator, advised occasionally sleeping on a hard bed, eating plain food like bread and water, or wearing old clothes. Not because he was a masochist, but because he wanted to be prepared. He wanted to know that if everything, wealth, comfort, status, was taken away, he could endure. This practice makes the fear of poverty, loss, or failure less daunting. Seneca wrote, "I do not obey God, but I agree with him." This mindset turns hardships into allies, not enemies. In practice, this could mean unplugging from devices for an evening to embrace boredom and learn to handle it, or fasting for a day to appreciate food's value, or walking in the rain without an umbrella to remind yourself that discomfort isn't the end of the world. These exercises strengthen not just the body, but the mind, preparing you for life's challenges, whether it's a job loss, a breakup, or a global crisis like an economic downturn or climate change. Epictetus, a former slave turned teacher, said, "It's not events that disturb people, but their judgments about them." A cold shower, skipping your usual coffee, or walking instead of driving isn't torture. It's a chance to reframe discomfort as training. In 2025, when technology lets us avoid any inconvenience, these practices are a rebellion against an automated life. Take a simple example. Start taking cold showers. It's uncomfortable. Your body resists, your mind screams, "Why bother?" But every time you step under that cold water, you signal to your brain, "I'm in charge. I decide, not my feelings." It's a small victory, but small victories build great strength. Another example, skip the elevator and take the stairs. It's inconvenient, but it toughens you. It teaches that effort is normal. It reminds you that you can overcome small obstacles, preparing you for bigger ones. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This principle turns every challenge into an opportunity to grow, whether it's physical effort or a mental hurdle like public speaking or a tough conversation. In a world where people avoid even minor inconveniences, these practices build resilience to face life's real storms. We live in a world where emotions often take the wheel. Anger from a social media spat, fear before a big presentation, anxiety over global news, these feelings can hijack our minds and push us into rash decisions. In 2025, the information overload amplifies this. Notifications, headlines, and comments constantly provoke reactions. The Stoics didn't advocate for stopping emotions. That's impossible and unnatural. They taught us not to let emotions rule. Emotions are like weather. They come and go, sometimes sudden like a storm, sometimes gradual like fog. Your job is to be not a ship tossed by the storm, but a lighthouse standing firm. How? Through a pause. When you feel an emotion rising, irritation in traffic, anger at a coworker, fear before a call, pause. Take one deep breath. Don't act immediately. Ask yourself, is this feeling helping me right now? Usually the answer is no. Seneca wrote, "Anger is an acid that does more harm to the vessel in which it is stored than to anything on which it is poured." A pause creates space to choose a rational response over an impulsive reaction. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor navigating wars and plagues, called the ideal mind a fortress. He didn't let external events shatter his inner peace, whether it was betrayal or threats. Imagine, you get a rude text or a snarky comment online. Your instinct is to fire back, to defend yourself. But you pause. You realize anger is just a reaction, not a solution. It won't fix things. It'll likely make them worse, escalating conflict or damaging relationships. So you choose a path aligned with your principles. Respond calmly or not at all. This is emotional management, not suppression, but choice. Epictetus taught, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." Marcus Aurelius' view from above practice helps. Mentally rise above the situation, seeing it as a tiny speck in the scope of your life, your city, the planet. This cools emotions and restores control. Today, this technique aligns with cognitive behavioral therapy. Psychologists teach reprogramming stress responses through mindful pauses, echoing Stoicism. For example, if you're upset over criticism at work, a pause lets you ask, "Can I use this feedback to grow?" Instead of getting defensive or hurt, you choose a response that moves you forward. This isn't weakness, it's strength. It's the strength to choose how to react rather than being a puppet of your emotions. In an age of social media, where trolling and polarization are rampant, this practice is invaluable. It lets you avoid pointless arguments, saving energy for what matters.
Modern people are masters of excuses. I'd start that project, but I'm too busy. I didn't get to it because of kids, traffic, exhaustion. Excuses are holes in your mental armor. Each one weakens your will, letting your mind dodge responsibility. The Stoics taught that only our thoughts and actions are in our control. We don't control the weather, others' behavior, or random events, but we are fully responsible for our responses. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "Don't wait for perfect conditions. Act now." He wrote that we're born for action, not leisure. Epictetus added, "The slave is the one who doesn't master themselves." True freedom lies in controlling your decisions, and excuses steal that freedom, making you dependent on external factors. Imagine, you resolve to exercise in the morning. The alarm rings, but you tell yourself, "I'm too tired, I'll start tomorrow." This small lie seems harmless, but it erodes trust in your own word. You teach your mind that promises can be broken. The Stoic approach? Get up and do it. Don't wait for motivation. Seneca said, while we postpone, life speeds by. Start small. One push-up, one paragraph, one task checked off. Every time you act despite excuses, you strengthen your character. You prove your word matters. In business, leaders who ignore excuses in favor of action, think of those pushing through setbacks to innovate, embody this principle. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." If you let excuses dictate your actions, you lose control of your life. Excuses often stem from waiting for the perfect moment. But perfection is a myth. Waiting for stars to align wastes life. The Stoics urge focusing on what's in your control, the next step. Can't run a marathon? Walk a mile. Can't write a book? Write a page. Can't change the world? Help one person. Every action taken against laziness, fear, or fatigue builds a bridge between intention and reality. This is the discipline that turns dreams into achievements. In 2025, with distractions and procrastination lurking, from endless notifications to the lure of one more episode, rejecting excuses is a revolutionary act.
Time is our most precious, irreplaceable resource. Yet we squander it as if we have an infinite supply. Seneca wrote, "People are frugal in guarding their property, but reckless with their time." We give hours to anyone who asks. Social media, binge watching, pointless debates, endless scrolling. We pretend we're busy, but often we're just killing time. The Stoics taught us to be mindful of time, to guard it like treasure. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, you could leave life right now. This isn't grim, it's sobering. It's a call to live intentionally every day, not postponing what matters for a later that may never come. How to apply this? Stop killing time. Instead of news, read a page of a book. Instead of social media, take a walk or call a friend. Ask yourself, does this action bring me closer to who I want to be? If not, why are you doing it? Create time blocks, mornings for key tasks, evenings for reflection and rest. Don't let secondary tasks or people steal your time. Seneca advised, life is not short if you don't waste it. In 2025, with distractions everywhere, from notifications to endless stories, this is more relevant than ever. The Stoic practice of negative visualization, imagining the loss of time, helps you value it more. Picture having only a year left. How would you spend today? It shifts priorities fast. Epictetus likened life to a banquet. Take what's offered, but don't complain if it's taken away. This teaches us to accept time's limits and use it wisely. Start your day with 10 minutes of planning. What's most important today? This keeps you focused and prevents drowning in routine. In a world where algorithms fight for our attention, guarding time is an act of defiance. You're not just saving hours, you're saving your life. In 2025, as technology automates more of our lives, mindful time management is how you reclaim control and fill your days with purpose.
In an age of information overload, attention is our most valuable tool. It shapes what we think, feel, and do. But it's under siege. Apps, ads, clickbait headlines, and push notifications are designed to steal it. Scattered attention weakens us. We can't focus on one task, we get distracted, we lose clarity. In 2025, with smartphones buzzing every minute and news streaming non-stop, this problem is at its peak. Marcus Aurelius said to bring your mind back to the present, not letting it wander to the past or worry about the future. Epictetus added, you can't learn what you don't pay attention to. Focus is the key to strength, clarity, and inner peace. How to reclaim attention? Start small. Turn off notifications when working. Read one book,
not 5. When your mind drifts, gently bring it back to the task without judgment, like guiding a stray dog home. Over time, your mind will learn to stay focused. It's like training a muscle. Consistency builds strength. Focus gives control and calm, letting you dive deeply into a task. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed." This applies to attention. Choose where to direct it, and you gain clarity. Modern mindfulness practices, inspired by Stoicism, use breathing and awareness to train attention, helping navigate the chaos of the digital age. A 5-minute morning meditation can set your mind for focus, much like Seneca's self-reflection exercises. Attention isn't just about productivity, it's about quality of life. Being fully present, whether in a conversation, a project, or a walk, makes life richer. You stop being a victim of multitasking, which studies show reduces efficiency and increases stress. Stoicism teaches that attention is a choice, and that choice defines who you are. In a world where algorithms manipulate focus, mastering attention is a superpower.
Many of us build our lives around others' approval. We crave praise, fear criticism, and bend to expectations. This makes us vulnerable. When your happiness hinges on others' opinions, you give away your power. Your self-worth becomes tethered to unpredictable things, their moods, biases, words. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Praise doesn't make a good deed better. An action is either right or wrong. Others' opinions don't change that." Seneca added, "If people we care for hinder rational choices, they become irrelevant to us." Epictetus, who rose from slavery, said, "We love ourselves more than others, yet care more about their opinions than our own." The Stoic approach is to build an inner compass. Do what you believe is right, regardless of what others say. This isn't about being rude or dismissive, it's about staying true to your values. Imagine, you decide to change careers, start a business, or move to a new city. Friends and family may not understand, criticize, or doubt you. If you rely on their approval, you'll falter. But if you know why you're making the choice, their opinions won't derail you. Epictetus taught, "The Stoic stands firm even if everything collapses." In 2025, when social media measures worth in likes and comments, this is crucial. Ignore trolls, focus on your principles. Stoicism shows that compassion and resilience aren't at odds. Marcus Aurelius saw himself as part of humanity, not its slave. Do good not for applause, but because it's right. Stoicism isn't a book, it's a habit. Like sports, you don't get strong by reading about workouts, you lift weights. Start mornings with reflection. What must I do today? What could go wrong? How will I respond? This sets the tone, preparing you for challenges. End with reflection. What did I do well? Where did I falter? What can I improve? These rituals, inspired by Marcus Aurelius's meditations, structure your mind. Add weekly mantras like Seneca's "Difficulties strengthen the mind" to kick off the week with resolution, or Epictetus's "I control only my thoughts and actions" to reinforce control. These practices make your mind reliable. You stop reacting impulsively and become proactive. The Stoics called this premeditatio malorum, mentally preparing for worst-case scenarios. Imagine losing your job, bombing a meeting, or facing betrayal. You don't want these, but you're ready. This removes the fear of surprises. Seneca visualized losing wealth to conquer its fear. In business, it's like stress testing plans. You anticipate risks to stay prepared. Marcus Aurelius advised, retreat into yourself, finding balance in chaos. In 2025, with uncertainty, from economic dips to climate shifts as the norm, this practice keeps you calm and rational. Stoicism is the path to freedom,
not from emotions, but from being their slave, or from others' opinions, or from circumstances. It's about becoming the captain of your ship, navigating any storm because your hull is strong and your helm steady. It's not easy, it demands effort, but every step makes you stronger, calmer, surer. Every choice of effort over comfort, responsibility over excuses, focus over distraction builds you. You become someone you can rely on, above all, yourself. In 2025's uncertain world, from global crises to personal challenges, Stoicism offers timeless tools. From Epictetus's affirmations to Marcus Aurelius's strategies, it helps you not just survive, but thrive, turning obstacles into opportunities. True strength lies within, and you can cultivate it step by step, action by action, day by day.